You know what absolutely grinds my gears? Watching WWE management continue to disrespect one of the most over superstars on the entire roster. December 1st, 2025 will go down as the night WWE proved once again that they have no idea what the fans actually want. LA Knight just eliminated Jey Uso from the last time is now tournament, and I'm about to expose exactly why this decision is a slap in the face to every single person who's been chanting "Ute" for the past 2 years. Before I tear this entire situation apart, drop a comment right now and tell me, do you think LA Knight really deserved this win, or is WWE once again pushing the wrong guy at the wrong time? Because what I'm about to show you is going to make your blood boil. Let me paint you the picture of what went down on Monday Night Raw, and trust me, this is where things get absolutely infuriating. The last time is now tournament semifinals, a tournament that's supposed to determine who gets a massive opportunity, and we've got LA Knight versus Jey Uso, two guys who couldn't be more different in terms of their journey and what they represent in WWE right now. The match started exactly how you'd expect. LA Knight came out doing his typical "yeah" chants, getting the crowd fired up with his megastar persona. Meanwhile, Jey Uso walked out with that chip on his shoulder, representing everyone who's ever had to fight for recognition, everyone who's ever been told they are just a tag team guy and could never make it on their own. And here's where my first major problem begins. Question for you, who do you think has had the more compelling singles run this year, LA Knight or Jey Uso? Comment below. The opening 5 minutes of this match were absolutely electric. These two went back and forth with a chemistry that honestly surprised me. LA Knight hit Jey with some devastating strikes in the corner, each one punctuated by the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. But here's what the cameras didn't focus on enough. Every single time Jey Uso made a comeback, every single time he hit a superkick or went for that Uso splash, the crowd was just as loud, if not louder. You want to know what really happened in this match? Let me break down the key moments that WWE is hoping you'll just accept without questioning their creative decisions. Around the 8-minute mark, Jey Uso had complete control. He had LA Knight reeling, hit him with a suicide dive on the outside that had the entire arena on their feet. The momentum was entirely in Jey's favor, and you could feel that this was building to something special. But here's where WWE's pattern becomes crystal clear, and this is what should make every single one of you absolutely furious. Just when Jey Uso is about to capitalize on his momentum, just when it looks like he's about to prove all the doubters wrong and advance in this tournament, what happens? A distraction, a roll-up, a flash pin, the most protected finish in all of wrestling used to cool off one of the hottest acts in the entire company. LA Knight caught Jey with a BFT, his blunt force trauma finishing move, seemingly out of nowhere, and just like that, Jey Uso's dreams of winning the last time is now tournament are crushed. The 3 count happened, LA Knight's music hit, and he celebrated like he just main event WrestleMania, while Jey Uso lay there in the ring, another victim of WWE's inability to pull the trigger on the people the fans are begging them to push. Now, before you jump in the comments calling me an LA Knight hater, let me be absolutely clear about something. LA Knight is talented, the man can talk, he's got charisma for days, and he knows how to work a crowd. I'm not questioning his abilities whatsoever. What I am questioning is WWE's continued pattern of giving opportunities to guys who are already established while ignoring the white-hot momentum of superstars like Jey Uso who have fought tooth and nail to get to where they are. Think about this for a second and comment your answer. How many times has Jey Uso been in a position to break through as a single star, only to have the rug pulled out from under him? Let's talk about the real story here that nobody in WWE's production truck wants to acknowledge. Jey Uso has been on one of the most incredible character journeys in recent WWE history. This man went from being Roman Reigns' right-hand man, to being Roman's victim, to breaking away from the bloodline, to finally becoming his own man and getting the crowd behind him in a way that very few superstars can. The "Ute" chants aren't manufactured. They are not piped in through the speakers. They are organic reactions from fans who genuinely connect with Jey's story. Meanwhile, LA Knight, and again I'm not taking anything away from his talent, has been given opportunity after opportunity. He's been in high-profile feuds, he's gotten mic time, he's been protected in almost every loss he's had. WWE has made it abundantly clear that they see LA Knight as a future main eventer. But here's my question, at what cost? How many other deserving superstars have to be sacrificed at the altar of the megastar before WWE realizes that maybe, just maybe, the fans are trying to tell them something? The match itself, from a technical standpoint, was excellent. I'll give credit where it's due. Both men worked incredibly hard, the near falls had me on the edge of my seat, and there were multiple moments where I genuinely didn't know who was going to win. That suicide dive I mentioned earlier? Absolutely picture perfect. LA Knight's comeback with those running strikes? Brutal and effective. The back and forth nature of the contest showed that these two are operating at a main event level. But that's exactly why this result is so frustrating. When you have two guys putting on a clinic like this, when you have a crowd that's invested in both competitors, why does WWE always seem to default to the same decision? Why is it always the guy with the catchphrase and the manufactured persona that gets the win over the guy with the genuine connection and the organic following? Real talk in the comments. Do you think WWE is afraid to fully commit to Jey Uso as a single star because of his association with the bloodline? Let's examine what this win means for LA Knight moving forward. He's now in the finals of the last time is now tournament. Depending on who he faces, he could very well win the entire thing and get whatever prize is attached to this tournament, whether it's a championship opportunity or a main event spot at a premium live event. LA Knight's stock is going to continue to rise. He'll get more TV time, more merchandise, more of everything that comes with being a WWE chosen star. Now let's look at what this loss means for Jey Uso. He's back to square one. He's back to being the guy who just can't seem to get over the hump in big singles matches. He's back to potentially being shuffled back into tag team situations or being used to put over other single stars on their way up the card. And the most maddening part, the crowd is still going to chant it every single time he appears because they genuinely love this man, and WWE is just going to keep taking that reaction for granted. This is the same company that watched Daniel Bryan get organic reactions and tried to keep him out of the WrestleMania main event. This is the same company that saw Becky Lynch become the man and initially had plans for someone else entirely. This is the same company that has a history of not listening to their fanbase until it becomes absolutely impossible to ignore them anymore. And now, they are doing it again with Jey Uso. You want to know what the worst part of all this is? The match was so good that it's going to be forgotten by next week. WWE is going to move on to the next storyline, the next tournament match, the next segment, and this loss is going to be just another footnote in Jey Uso's singles career. Meanwhile, LA Knight is going to keep getting pushed, keep getting opportunities, and everyone's going to pretend like this was the right decision because, hey, LA Knight got a pop too, right? Wrong. This is about more than just crowd reactions. This is about storytelling. This is about rewarding the superstars who have put in the work, who have connected with the audience on a deeper level than just catchphrases and hand gestures. Jey Uso's entire character arc has been about proving himself, about stepping out of shadows, about becoming his own man. And what does WWE do? They have him lose to a guy who's essentially playing the same character he's been playing for years. Here's a big question for the comment section. If you were booking WWE, what would you do with Jey Uso after this loss? The commentary during the match was also telling. Michael Cole and the announce team spent the entire match putting over both guys, talking about how this could be a star-making performance for whoever wins. But there was an underlying tone, a subtle hint that LA Knight was supposed to win this match. Little comments about his momentum, about his trajectory, about how he's been on a roll lately. It's like they were preparing us for the inevitable outcome before it even happened. And can we talk about the finish one more time? Because this is important. The BFT came out of nowhere, yes, but it wasn't built up as this devastating, unstoppable move throughout the match. Jey Uso kicked out of everything else LA Knight threw at him. He survived multiple signature moves, he kicked out of pin attempts that should have kept him down, but then, one BFT, and it's over? Just like that? After everything Jey had survived in that match? That's not protecting your finisher. That's protecting your chosen star. There's a massive difference, and WWE fans are smart enough to see through it. This wasn't about making the BFT look strong. This was about making sure LA Knight advanced in the tournament, regardless of how they had to book it to make it happen. The post-match scene was equally frustrating. LA Knight celebrated, did his whole year routine, pointed at the WrestleMania sign or whatever graphic they had for the tournament, and soaked in the adulation. Meanwhile, Jey Uso sold the loss like his world had ended, which is exactly how he should sell it because that's what a professional does. But where's his moment? Where's his post-match promo where he gets to tell us what this means to him? Where's the follow-up story that makes this loss matter in the grand scheme of his character development? It doesn't exist, because WWE doesn't think that far ahead with certain superstars. LA Knight gets the victory, gets the spotlight, gets the opportunity, and moves on. Jey Uso gets the loss, gets ignored, and we're all supposed to just accept it and move on to the next thing. Final question before I wrap this up. On a scale of 1 to 10, How frustrated are you with WWE's booking of Jey Uso's singles run? Let me know in the comments. Look, I know this video has been intense, and I know some of you are probably thinking I'm being too harsh on WWE or too critical of LA Knight's victory. But this isn't about being negative for the sake of being negative. This is about holding WWE accountable for their creative decisions and asking them to actually listen to what the fans want for once. The match itself was fantastic. Both LA Knight and Jey Uso showed why they deserve to be in the upper echelon of WWE's roster. But the outcome? The outcome represents everything that's wrong with WWE's current creative philosophy. They'd rather push the star they've chosen than elevate the star the fans have chosen. And until that changes, we're going to keep having these conversations every single time a tournament happens, every single time a big match takes place, and every single time someone with organic momentum loses to someone with manufactured push. Jey Uso deserved better than this. The fans deserved better than this. And honestly, even LA Knight deserved a win that didn't feel like it came at the expense of someone else's momentum. But that's just my take. Now I want to hear yours. Blow up that comment section. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if I'm completely wrong. Tell me what you would do with both of these superstars moving forward. And if this video made you feel something, if it made you angry, or if you agree with everything I said, smash that like button and share this video with every wrestling fan you know. Because we need to make our voices heard. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 if you haven't already, because we're not afraid to speak the truth about what's happening in WWE, even when it's controversial. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video where we break down all the BS and all the brilliance in professional wrestling. Until next time, keep wrestling, keep debating, and most importantly, keep demanding better from the companies we support with our time and money. Peace.